You're watching once again a YouTube video presentation of the University of Wyoming Center on Aging. I'm Scott Veach. I'm your host, and on this program we'll be discussing topics of interest for caregivers of loved ones with dementia. We hope that you will subscribe to the channel and you'll hit that thumbs up like button. Both of those actions help the channel to grow and allow us to reach more people. And if you'll tap that notification bell, you'll be alerted each time we upload a new program. And now, this is Once Again. My guest today is Dani Guerttman. She is the Executive Director of Wyoming Dementia Care in Casper, and she is also part of the support team of Wyoming Dementia Together, kind of using these little interview segments to get you better acquainted, to introduce you to the support team, Wyoming Dementia Together. Dani, thanks so much for being with us. You and I go back quite a ways in our association with Wyoming Dementia Care. Wyoming Dementia Care, Wyoming Dementia Together sounds similar, but actually they have a little bit different focus and purpose. Why don't you walk us through the differences between what Wyoming Dementia Care does and what Wyoming Dementia Together does?
Sure, and I want to thank you for having me. Nice to be here with you. So let's talk a little bit about that. Wyoming Dementia Care and Wyoming Dementia Together are actually two totally separate entities. And two separate 501c3s. Wyoming Dementia Together is a program of the University of Wyoming Center on Aging, and Wyoming Dementia Care is its own separate program based out of Casper, Wyoming. And we have very different programs in both of those settings.
And what about the function of each? What about the clients that are served? And what kind of services are offered by each group? Because they are different.
Yes, very much so. So Wyoming Dementia Care has been around for about 13 years here in Casper, Wyoming, providing its family caregiver service program. So our program here pretty much has three branches, is how I like to describe it, of services that we provide. We have a branch of services that we provide to care partners and people that are caring for loved ones with dementia. We also have a branch of services that are specifically for people who are living with a diagnosis of dementia. And then we have another branch which provides outreach and education and support and resources to our community at large, which could be through Casper College. It could be through arts in the community, music in the community. We provide training in care facilities. We provide training with hospice. So we have a large outreach branch as well. Some examples maybe of each of those is for our care partners, we offer 4 support groups a month that are in person that provide respite care for loved ones. We have a counseling program for care partners for when and if they ever feel they need that additional support and additional resource. And I offer care planning. I really walk through the journey of dementia with these families. You know, ideally, I get to know them upon diagnosis and follow them through their entire journey, as you and I did. As far as some of our services that we provide directly for people living with dementia, we have music therapy, which is a one-on-one therapeutic service where music therapists go out to families' homes and work with the person living with dementia. And generally, they have a therapeutic goal in mind, and that is what they work on through these therapy sessions. We also have an art class twice a month for people living with dementia in partnership with the Nicolayson Art Museum. It's called our Here and Now program, Here and Now, a dementia-focused art class. And all of our programs that I am talking about are free. They're free to care partners. They're free to people living with dementia. They're all here to just assist families and really be a lifeline once a family receives this diagnosis. The last is community outreach, and we do many, many programs through community outreach, such as training, memory screenings every November in the community, and a lot of work with Casper College and the University of Wyoming Center on Aging.
And I should say too that Dani is kind of a one-man show because she does most of this incredible work and this long list of services that Wyoming Dementia Care provides by herself. So you can see that it's a lot and it's a valuable service. Let me come back to one other thing that you and I have kind of talked about as far as services being offered for Wyoming Dementia Care. Something new that is kind of being considered, another service that would be offered directly to those who have received a diagnosis. Is that something that's still too early to talk about, or is that something that is in the works?
No, I'd love to share. Thank you for that. It is a new program that is actually starting on September 14th, so right around the corner. It is a new support group, like you said, for people who are new into this journey, who have a new diagnosis. And even if they don't have a new diagnosis, are experiencing memory loss and working through the diagnosis process. This program is called the Forget Us Nots, a program of Wyoming Dementia Care. Like I said, it's just getting started September 14th. It's going to be a weekly support group, which will meet every Thursday at 2 o'clock via Zoom. And we've got some incredible facilitators who are young ladies living with a diagnosis of early onset Alzheimer's. And it's going to be a wonderful program and a lot more information to follow. So thank you for bringing that up.
Now, is that something that is just for those who have received the diagnosis, or is that family members participate too, or how is it going to be structured?
It really is going to be structured by and led and organized and everything by the people who are living with dementia. So the facilitators are in the early stages of early onset Alzheimer's. And in the near future, you'll get to know them. There'll be some press releases and bios and introductions to them. They're wonderful. They're already part of another great organization that does work like this called Dementia Minds. So it is really a program that they're in charge of. They take the lead, and they want it to be a space that people look forward to coming to visiting with other folks that are going through exactly what they're going through. And you and I know as go ahead.
And I would think too that this is new and unusual, because I personally don't know of any groups like this that are being organized in the region, specifically for those who've received the diagnosis. Is that true, or are these programs pretty common?
Not in this state, no, and actually not nationally. They're starting to gain some traction through programs, like I said, Dementia Minds, but it's very innovative and very forward-thinking for what we do here in Wyoming, and it's very holistic. It kind of fills every gap and every need of people who are living with dementia. It's full circle. We really can cover everybody's needs and provide support regardless of if you're diagnosed with dementia, you're a care partner. There's going to be services and support available for you.
And you mentioned a couple of minutes ago that all of the services that are provided by Wyoming Dementia Care are provided free of cost. So we want to stress that. And then also we want to let people know that we will have the links to the website in the dialogue box down below. And I assume is that the best place for them to go to learn more about these programs, or email or call, or what?
Yes, definitely go to the website. We also have a Facebook page that you can direct message me that also has the office information. Please feel free to call at any time, and someone will be there to help you. And just know that these direct services some of the direct services we talked about are offered here in Casper because of the nature that's where we're located, and they're direct services. But there are some services like the support group for newly diagnosed patients that will be statewide because it's via Zoom. So some programs we can provide statewide, but most of the direct services are here in Natrona County.
And there are those, though, in neighboring counties who have participated in the services as well.
Correct. Yeah, we're a rural state, so they're used to driving to get
right. That's a really good point.
Yeah.
So a couple of years ago, when the university announced that it was forming this other organization through its Center on Aging, Wyoming Dementia Together, And you and I both became involved in it at its inception. What about the Wyoming Dementia Together, the university's Center on Aging program? What about that did you find attractive enough that you wanted to participate?
Sure. Gosh, there's a lot of reasons I wanted to participate above and beyond the fact that they've been an amazing partner to Wyoming Dementia Care for so many years. I think one of the main reasons is that we reach people not only statewide, but even out of state. We've had people, care partners that are out of state who have joined us that have been able to utilize our services and gain such knowledge and support and empowerment through this. Through Wyoming Dementia Together. And I think that's one of the main reasons that I was really excited that we could reach so many people, going back to the fact that we're such a rural state and it's so hard to find services. And the other thing is the team. The team that's been put together is a phenomenal team. We've got so many specialties. We've got geriatric licensed clinical social worker. We have an occupational therapist. We have a spousal caregiver, myself, and a geriatric geri psych who comes out of Utah. So we have so many people that are so highly specialized that it makes such a good team. We all have such important input in our own space that's important in this team. And also the guests that we're able to bring in, that the university is able to help us bring in, I think has been incredible, like Dr. Kyle Page, who's coming up in the near future. Having these specialists, even from around the country, that are here at the fingertips of all of our care partners here in Wyoming is, I think, an incredible service.
And just briefly, I can think of, we have heard from attorneys discussing legal matters. We have had presentations from dietitians about the importance of diet and exercise for the caregiver. We have had presentations from physical therapists talking about communicating with your loved one who has dementia and maybe showing signs of having difficulty doing that. So we cover a wide variety of programs, and I'm not sure, we're actually taping this program at the end of August, so I'm not sure when it will be broadcast, when it will be uploaded onto our YouTube channel. But I can tell you that we do meet every other Wednesday by Zoom call, and that information is available in the dialogue box as well. We will have links to that, to Wyoming Dementia Together, and we encourage you. Really, it's a great program, and one that we think that you will benefit from greatly from participating. What do you see as the future of Wyoming Dementia Together and Wyoming Dementia Care? I mean, because dementia isn't going away, and the number of those who are diagnosed with it is not getting smaller. What do you see coming up in the future?
Right. So with Wyoming Dementia Care, I think we evolve, it seems, every year. We just started the music therapy program in 2021 because of COVID and the nature of isolation. We thought this was a safe program we could bring to individuals. This year, we're starting the new program for people who are newly diagnosed with dementia to have their own support groups. So we continue to evolve every year in Wyoming Dementia Care, offering more and more highly specialized programs to support families in our community. As far as Wyoming Dementia Together, we have so many options and opportunities because of the team that we have. We have a wide range of support through the University of Wyoming Center on Aging. We have experts from all over the country. So I can only see tremendous growth for that program.
You and I have had this conversation before, and for me as a former caregiver, I think that you and I have talked about it as what we do almost being a calling, because it is such a difficult journey for the caregiver to navigate. And I think that we want to have our experiences available to them so that the road that they travel might be just a little bit easier than than what the one that I went on. And certainly you have helped so many people over the years through your work in Wyoming Dementia Care. And I know that we certainly hope that people will participate in these programs. Some really good work is being done. Some valuable work is being done, and it's well worth the time for the caregiver to take to participate in what we have to offer. Dani Guerttman has been our guest. She is the executive director of Wyoming Dementia Care, a nonprofit organization in Casper. The link is in the dialogue box below. You can explore all the services being offered. My friend, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You've been watching once again a YouTube video presentation of the University of Wyoming Center on Aging. We hope, if you haven't done so already, that you'll subscribe to the channel and hit that thumbs up like button. Both of those actions help the channel to grow and allow us to reach more people. And if you'll tap that notification bell, you'll be alerted each time we upload a new video. Thanks so much for being with us. I'm Scott Veach. We'll see you again next time.